No, Her Loss is great. I don't care if Drake sounds zesty on Rich Flex, okay? I don't care about none of that. Privileged Rappers is one of the best late night drive songs ever made, okay? And you heard it here first. That end part where the random dude, Birdman, starts talking for like a minute straight about what he'd be doing in Paris, it brings a tear to my eyes, if I'm completely honest. Circle Loco is great too. Middle of the Ocean, Jumbo Poppin'. Not a huge fan of Treacherous Twins, I'll admit. You my treacherous? No, not. You can turn. You can skip that one. I've heard you say that you're like, oh, well, that's one of his. They people say it's great. No one says it's great. I haven't heard another person. They're like, my favorite Drake album is Her Loss. No one says that. It deserves a bit more um, appreciation.
I think you're right. I don't think a lot of people really give this album a fair chance, and I think that's a good thing because this album is not great. I believe I rated it seven something, 7 point something. It's not a bad album per se, but it's just, I mean, it's Drake. It's just another Drake album. Like there's some standouts definitely. Circo Loco for sure. It is actually Privileged Rappers. You're right.
That was
You're
so
right. Those
good.
are definitely those are definitely two standouts. Privileged Rappers, I think. 21's verse, and I believe that's the one that is the Lil Yachty reference track. I think for those two reasons, that's why that song is good. Not Drake. Drake does not add much to that song. Same with Circo Loco, except instead of Lil Yachty reference track, it's really just the beat that carries it.
It does have a
Like
pretty good beat.
on, it does. It's an incredible beat, but it's wasted by Drake. Honestly, Drake's performance on this album is below average for his standards, and it's really only brought back up by 21 and by the beat selection, and the organization of the album is pretty good too. But all in all, I think it's um, fairly rated. I think not your rating, but the general populace has a fair rating of this album.